here. We have Pushpu here. So feel free to give your introduction, like your background, because this session will be very useful to you in terms of assessing your skill set and giving you the tools to learn, which will be useful for your pivoting your next career path. So we have Pushpu here. We have Manisha from Bangalore on a career break for 15 years. A specialization in finance.
ఏంటి బాగానే
I request you to be all on mute. So we have Rekha, who has 7 years of experience in IT, and also she have completed AWS Solution Architect. She have 5 years of career break. Welcome, Rekha. We have Annette from Chennai, 15 years of experience. So she is considering to move to HR. So others who joined recently, feel free to introduce yourself in the chat box. So we have our CGO, Ruchita Tandon here. Ruchita, can you want to speak to the audience?
Sure. Thank you so much, Suganya. And I would say a warm welcome to everyone who's joined us today. And it gives me real pleasure to see that, each of the sessions that our team is building for women on a career break and otherwise also there is interest, there is participation from the team. I guess return to work is also a very, very passionate community for Aspire for her. The reason being, one is, of course, a lot of our team members also come from a break, and hence there are these same emotions, there are same, thoughts that come in from the team. And besides that, I myself have been on a career break. But today's session is all about our speaker, Sahar, who's here. And I will just give 2 lines about Sahar from what I have interacted with her. We were introduced to Sahar by one of course, all of you know about AWS, and we had our one of our connects from AWS who connected us with Sahar. And when I talked about the work that we do, Sahar was very, very keen and passionate, especially in the area of returnees and giving them guidance. And I think it's just like been a few weeks, not weeks, I think it's already months that we talked about it. And then came the mentorship program. And she was really, really keen. And today she is right here with us, amongst us, to give a very, very interesting session to the returnees. Thank you so much, Manisha, for all your compliments. I also see a lot of new folks, and I'm really, really glad to see that, yes, women do resonate with the work that we do and hence are joining us. Earlier, I used to see a couple of same names which are there, but really, really happy to see that there are many women who have, joined us. Yeah, I always tell this, and from personal experience, that till you get a job, it's a gap. The moment you get into one, you feel like you've never left that space. So it's okay. It takes time to find, but nothing to beat my career break. So you're all okay. Just feel happy about it because there is some light at the other end. Over to you, Suganya, and thank you once again to, I would say, Vibha, Doyal, Suganya, Farisha, and my team who are standing right here, smiling all the time in spite of all the daily work that they do. Thank you so much and welcome once again, Sahar.
Thank you.
Welcome everyone. So I'm thrilled to see many talented women over here today. So who are ready to reboot and refresh their skills. As we embark on this journey together, I encourage you to actively participate, ask questions, and share your experience. Your engagement is what makes this session truly valuable. So let's learn, grow, and empower each other. So before we begin the session, there are a few housekeeping rules to adhere to. So rename yourself with the full name which you use for the registration, and let us know you are here by participating in the polls and actively participating in the chat. And also you may wish to take down a few notes. So please keep a pen and paper handy. And also we are all joining in virtually. So kindly bear with us in case of any connectivity issues. and kindly keep yourself on mute unless we ask you to unmute yourself. Stay till the end to get all your questions answered because we have our question and A session at the end of the session. So let's move on to the session. So I would like to welcome our honorable guest speaker, Sahar Banu, a distinguished DevOps engineer and keynote speaker at AWS. With over 12 years of experience in the IT industry, Sahar has worked with top organizations like IBM, JP Morgan Chase, and Amazon. She is a passionate advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion, and is dedicated to mentoring and empowering individuals to reach their full potential. Welcome, Sahar.
Thank you so much, Suganya. Thank you. That was a great introduction of mine. And thank you, Ruchita, for sharing how did we connect. So that's important. So now to start with, I would like to ask everybody, I would want to ask a sample question. So when was the last time you sat down to reflect on what you want next in your career? Might be a couple of years ago, right? Might be not at all, right? We don't really think and ask ourselves, is this whatever the direction we are going? Is this right? Is this something that is inspiring me? Is this something that's moving towards something meaningful, right? So in a rush to meet so many deadlines and so many expectations of our families, the society, or the community where we come from, we just forget to stop and ask ourselves, right? So in this today's session, it is your opportunity to assess where you are. It is an opportunity to decide where you want to go and also at the same time take action. So whether you're just restarting after a career break, whether you want to change role from whatever you are now to something else, or just feeling stuck, this session will help you understand where you are, where you want to go, and what to focus on. As Suganya has introduced me, I'm a DevOps engineer, keynote speaker, and I'm someone who's deeply passionate about helping people to grow with clarity and with a purpose and with confidence, right? So, and I promise this won't be just slides and me talking. This will just be real reflection, all about you. Let everything come out from you. Be honest with whatever you're answering during the activities. And yes, that's it. That is what I need from you. So are you all excited for this? I hope you are. All right, so let's get started.
So, Sahar, can we launch the poll one meanwhile they answer your question? So I would request Harisha to launch the poll. I request everyone to participate in the poll. So far, we have only 5 who have answered the polls. So we will give it 10 seconds, 4 seconds. Akshay can close the poll. So we have 68% of women on career break joining us, and we have 21% women who are considering the career change joining us. And also we have 11% of students who are joining us. We have women who have 5+ years of career break, around 31% of joined us. So they're all looking for the skill gap and unclear career direction out of this session. And also they are motivated to consider returning to the career on account of financial independence and personal growth. So the support they are looking for is skill development and job search guidance.
Sure.
So over to you, Sagar.
Sure. Thanks, Suganya. Yeah, that was a brief, like understanding of what kind of audience we're talking to today. So that's good that we have like majority of our audience coming from a career break, and like some part of our audience are like they want to change their careers, right? So this session will be helpful for you. So stay tuned on what's going to come next. So what we will cover in today's session is understanding your strengths and what are the growth areas in order to improve and then succeed. And then we will talk about some of the transferable skills, and then we will explore the new career paths that you need to get into, right? That's what you aim to get into. And then finally, we will have your career roadmap. We will have a draft of it. You will have it with your own self. All right. So now I'm going to take you through these 4 key activities which are designed to take charge of your career. So number one is it is to analyze your strengths. It is to understand what you bring to the table through the SWOT analysis. The second one is identifying the skill gaps which are required for your skill audit. And then we will move on to identifying your unique skills and interest, which are relevant with the market demand roles. And that we will do using the career mapping. And finally, we will build a step-by-step plan to reach the goal, right? That is your end goal. That is what you want to achieve. And that we will use by having career roadmap activity. So what I strongly believe is every successful career begins with self-awareness, right? And it's important to be aware of ourselves, what we bring to the table, what are our strengths, what are our weaknesses and other things. And it is also important to have a strategic planning, because without planning, you're just going to go everywhere and you will not have a proper purpose. If you don't have a proper purpose, or if you don't have a proper direction, you will learn, you feel like learning everything, but then you end up nowhere. That's what it is important to have a proper plan for yourself. Okay, so before we go into, that planning stage, like what do you want to do with your careers? Where do you want to go in your careers? I would want you to think and understand, where are you right now? That's where your SWOT analysis comes in. It's about understanding your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So I would want you to understand and know what are you good at. Yeah, that's your like, this is what, because of this, it gives an advantage to everybody. So this is what my advantage is. And the second one is what you need to work on. This will become your growth areas, right? And then third one is what you could take advantage of. These are the opportunities that you could take, from external situations, the chances that you could seize. And finally, it's about watching out for any risks, right? The threats, whatever are available, which could hinder your process of learning, which could hinder your process of achieving that particular goal. So the SWOT analysis is completely building your self-awareness. It will help you become aware of yourself, right? Okay, so let's get into much deeper understanding of each, strength, weakness, and then your opportunities or your threat. Let's get more deeper into it. So when I talk about strengths, it's something that naturally comes to you, right? People tell me I am a natural speaker. So that is my strength. And that is something I love doing it. So I want you to identify that what are the things that you're naturally good at or have developed through, your experience, your past experiences. Ask yourself, what am I really good at? What achievements, made me feel proud about myself? What feedback did I receive that was like, you did so well? Think about those situations. You could be good at communication skills. You could be very good with your technical abilities, right? Think of those situations when I'm talking about strengths. And then when it is weaknesses, it is areas where you feel less confident about, where you feel, where you are a little bit struggling, or you think you need improvement in. That is where your weaknesses comes in. This is for improvement purpose. Think of any time you receive a feedback as well from anybody. Could be your family, your friends, your peers, anybody it could be, right? Think of those areas. For example, you could be poor at time management skills. You could be poor at organizing things, which I'm very bad at. So that is something which is my weakness that I need to develop. I need to overcome in order to achieve whatever I want to. Then comes the opportunities. This is an external factor, which that you have to use for your own benefit. For example, these are like the chances for you to learn and grow. Say, for example, AI is in great demand right now. If you have AI skills, that's kind of an opportunity for you to get into that quite quickly, than compared to the people who are not into learning AI. Then you should also be looking out for the opportunities. Are there any training programs available which the companies are offering, so that will help me to overcome the gap, whatever skill gap you have. So it's about seizing those opportunities and then finding a mentor, in case if that is also kind of thing that you would want to grow, and I would want a mentor who could guide me, right? Then coming to the threats. See, threat is again an outside challenge. It is kind of a risk that will actually hinder you. It's kind of an obstacle that will hinder your progress while you are moving towards your journey, right? These are the challenges that basically block your progress. So one of the example threat that you could think of is, I'm ready to move towards a role, but there's a high competition for that role. That is kind of a threat. But there is different set of things that you need to do in order to get over that. And then you could also think of, there's a rapid technology changes. I am planning to learn this technology, and by the time I learn, there's another technology coming. So those are the different things which are part of your threat. So now that we have got overall understanding of what SWOT is, I want to quickly share my personal experience, my personal career SWOT analysis, which I have done on some part of where related to the public speaking, especially. So it has actually helped me gain a lot of confidence, and also it has helped me for my career opportunities. Like it has expanded it. So I really want you to know this, so that it will definitely help you with whatever you're going to do now. So my strengths were like whatever I have updated is like public speaking skills, your presentation. I'm good at motivating, influencing people, and all that. Then my weakness was like, I self-doubt. Whenever the new challenges come in, I self-doubt. Maybe I'll not be able to do well and all that, right? Then comes the opportunity. Opportunity was, if I overcome my weakness, then I'm building a very good reputation as a speaker, right? That is in a great demand in the market. And then the fear, the threat was the fear of being perceived as inexperienced, right? This was something which I have analyzed using SWOT. So whenever this new opportunity arose, my first instinct was to step back. I would often think, I'm not ready yet. I've never done this before. I might fail. So this internal dialogue wasn't based on reality. It was just my fear was speaking loud. So one day, what happened was, I was offered an hour workshop session on a topic which I had no experience, right? So what do I do next? So at that moment, I had two choices. Whether do I repeat my old thinking that I'm not ready yet, I might not do well, what would others think if I don't do well, and all that, or I choose a new thinking that let me say yes now and then prepare for it later, right? So I chose to take that action over fear. And how SWOT has actually helped me decide is this particular situation was, I reminded me, my strengths. The SWOT has actually helped me remind me of my strengths, my abilities to present that influence, even if it is a new topic, doesn't matter, but you are great at presenting. So that matters, right? And then comes to the weakness. I acknowledged it. This is my weakness. Now what? But I refused to let control my action. So if I would have stopped there, nothing would have happened. No growth, no confidence, nothing. But because I have challenged it, I have refused to, my weakness to control me. I have taken an action to not let my weakness control me. and then the opportunity. So I have recognized, the workshop was a chance for me to grow. It will definitely help me grow. Learn a new topic, of course, because I don't know that topic, it will give me an opportunity to learn. And then it will also give me more confidence. So the threat here was the fear of failing. What if it goes wrong, the feedback received and everything. It was real. But what I thought, if I prepare well, it would completely minimize that risk. So that is how I have identified my SWOT and I have gone through it. And I will tell you that it has incredibly helped me grow into the role, grow into that, like, overcome my fears, overcome and take multiple opportunities, whatever came my way. So it showed me that, growth happens when I step outside my comfort zone and trust my strengths, my abilities. That's where the real magic happens. Okay. All right. So time for the first activity. I would want you to now just think for some time or reflect on whatever skills, whatever experiences or feedbacks you have received in the past. Maybe just, write 2 to 3 points in each box, right? If you have pen and paper, that's great. Otherwise, you can use a digital device as well. So I would want you to be very honest, as I said in the beginning, with yourself whenever you're answering anything, because the more you're real, it will help you to make your career path uh, like seamless. So let's start. If we have any questions related to this activity, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, let's give a 7-minute timer to fill in like each quadrant. Your strengths, your weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. What do you feel that that is your strength, that you do well, that you need improvement in, that's something that is an opportunity that is in the market, and whatever threat you feel which would hinder you from going.
So can you please go back to your previous slide?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suganya, may I ask you to please keep the, a timer?
Timer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can close by 5:30.
Yeah, like around 6 minutes. Yeah. Let's see if everybody has finished by then. Otherwise, we'll just give another 1 minute.
So I request everyone to do the analysis and be ready. And if you're okay to publish it, you can post it in the chat as well.
Absolutely.
Can you please move ahead to the next slide?
Is this what you wanted?
Yeah, I think so. Previously, I asked because someone in the chat asked to refer to your slide.
Sure.
We have a couple more minutes. I hope you are working on your SWOT analysis. So in case if you completed, you can post the comment saying you're complete or done so that we are. Wow, Manisha shared the picture as well. So Lisha has completed her analysis.
Right, we have 1 more minute to go. Let us know in the chat once you're done. I hope many of you already sharing that.
We can resume, Sahat. We have 3 participants who have completed their analysis.
Okay.
So
All right.
rest everyone.
Can rest of us just share like done or just finished in the chat once you're done with the activity, or if you need any time, let us know.
So most of them are done. Here, share the picture as well.
Sure, great. Yeah, if we have time, we will go through it and let our participants speak out or share their experiences. But considering time, I would want to proceed without, going like with any of the participant at the moment. Okay, so now, so I hope you're good to proceed, right?
Yeah, we can.
Cool. Right. If you have time, you can just consider to, rewrite it whenever you have some extra time. But otherwise, whoever have finished it, well done, because you've just completed one of the most important steps in your career planning. That's building self-awareness. You're kind of aware of yourself. What are your strengths? What are your opportunities and weaknesses and the threats about yourself, right? So next, let's move on. Okay. Transferable skills. This is one of the most, one of the incredible things, or I would say very important thing, because these are the skills that don't just belong to one job or maybe one industry. They move with you. They're like your professional passport. So think about, any of your previous roles you've had. For example, your internships, your part-time jobs, or full-time roles. Or if I have asked you, what's the one skill that keeps showing up no matter where you go? And that one skill which everybody would think of right now would be communication, isn't that? Because that's a skill so important in whatever role you are, right? Let's see what are some of the transferable skills we have. So yeah, here are some of the transferable skills related to communication, problem solving, critical thinking, leadership, adaptability. Yeah. So if I have to talk about like each of it, like when I talk about communication, it's, whatever role you take today, communication is important. Communication matters. Like active listening, emotional intelligence, empathy, being able to present ideas in a way others can understand. That's kind of gold in any role. So say, for example, an engineer who can explain complete technical solution in simple, plain language can lead better projects and who is better than the person who is actually just sitting and coding and who can't explain, right? So that is about communication. That is why communication matters a lot. And then if I talk about problem solving, no matter where you go, problems pop up. That's the world we are in today. So the ability to stay calm under pressure, analyze different options and take action whenever is needed, that's important. And leadership roles, as we all know, that it's about influencing people. It's about taking decisions. It's about taking ownership, initiatives, and being accountable for whatever you're telling and doing. And critical thinking is another factor, which is about taking, smart decision. It's about asking better questions in order to get to the solution. So when I talk about transferable skills, I just want to share a story of Ruchita, who is on call. I didn't know that she will be here, but I want to really share her story. She's the Chief Growth Officer at AFH, who might not know. So this is regarding, I got to know her story actually 2 weeks ago, where I attended a session. And I felt, that to be very inspiring. And it felt like so remarkable because it made it so, remarkable because she has taken 22 years of career break and she just restarted her career after 22 years. And she joined AFH, and within a couple of years, she rose to a position of CGO. What do you think is the key to her success? I personally believe that it is in her transferable skills she had honed over the years. Skills she had been using in her personal life, within her family, within her friend circle or within her community. Because her experience clearly demonstrates that how the strengths that we develop in different aspects of our life can be directly applied to our professional roles. So this is why I want you to reflect on the value of transferable skills. They're not just, confined to the workplace. They can actually shape our success wherever we go. All right, so let's move on. All right, so now it's time to identify our target role. So now, if I've asked you, what job would you love to have in maybe 6 to 12 months? What would you tell? You would say maybe, cloud engineer. Maybe you say, I want to become a project manager or AI engineer or prompt engineer. That will be your target role. So it's a job title or the career path, whatever you're aiming for. So now that you have completed your SWOT, let's identify your target role, right? I want you to now ask yourself, what are the tasks that I enjoy the most? What are the tasks that make me lose track of time? Something that energizes you. For example, if I have to tell about myself, presenting, speaking, that kind of energizes me. I don't think about the time. I don't feel bored doing my presentations. I don't feel bored preparing for my presentations. That is something which energizes me. It motivates me. That is because that is my interest. That's my passion. So I want you to find out that that's something that is, very much deeply connected with you, that you're very good at it, right? Something like that. And then I want you to identify different career paths which are based on your interest, right? You can use LinkedIn Career Explorer. That is the best tool that I have come across, which is basically whenever you search for a target role or whatever role that you want to get into, it will give you the list of skills. It will also tell you what are the skills you want to develop, and it will give you connections related to that particular role. And it will also give you jobs related to that role. And it will also tell you how popular is that particular role right now. So incredible, right? So I would want you to explore your whatever target role, whatever the role you want to get into, use these options, use Coursera as well. That is something that you could take a test in order to have it's like a career test that you could explore and see what best fits for you. And then I would want you to go identify 2 to 3 roles, right? And then read the job description of each of it. And then note on the skills, responsibilities, and the outcomes that excite you, right? What you want to do. Oh, this looks exciting. This is something I want to do. Just make a note of it. And then I would want you to reach out to people on LinkedIn or anybody in your network uh, related to that job title, basically to help you, if you have any questions related to that, if you feel might be this job description doesn't give you good understanding, just reach out to them to understand more because they are, experiencing it. They are doing it already. So it's better to get the feedback from them. So that is how I would want you to identify your target role. And then I've just highlighted here some of the example target roles, maybe just to help you identify whatever, is a good fit for your unique skills, whatever you have. So yes, for example, I just want to read it out is if you love organizing, if you love talking to people, if you are good at task management, then project management is something that you could consider. And then, for example, say you are really passionate about mental health, like I want to talk about it, I want to explore research, do multiple things on it, then you could think of wellness coach as an option. If you're good with data and numbers, then data analysis, analytics, yeah, I'm sorry, data analyst is something that you could consider. So yes, I have a couple of examples here that I would want you to go through. This is not just, I'm confined. I won't want you to just think within this, but it is just to brainstorm yourself and give you ideas that what could I do or what could I think of, like the role or whatever based on my interest. So maybe let's give a minute or two here to look out for the possible roles, whatever your interests are. And then based on that, you could just identify your target role. These are some of the top, roles which I have identified. I just thought to share it with you, just to give that idea to get started. Yeah, we will continue within a minute. All right, I think we'll just continue. Right. Okay, so let's move on to, okay, skills audit. So now that we have done our groundwork, right, we have identified our SWOT analysis, like SWOT using the SWOT analysis. Now it's time to think what it's that you want to do to bridge that gap from where you are to where you want to be, right? That's where skill auditing comes in. So when I talk about skills audit, it is one of the most practical tools that you can use for your career clarity. If you want to gain clarity within your career, it's it's important to that you have a skills audit for yourself. So for example, what skills do I already bring to the table? It is time to ask yourself, right? Think of it like a bridge. At one side, you like where you are right now, your current skills comes in, and the other side is your target role. So in order to figure out and close that gap, we need skill audit. So now, while you will be doing this activity, I would really want you to reflect or give credit for everything, because we often underestimate how many skills we already have. So give credit for everything, even the skills you have used in volunteer work or your personal projects, or it is in non-career spaces as well, like parenting or community or any of the roles that you have taken or you have done, or any of the thing that you think is a skill that I need to mention it, right? Because once you have clearly identified what you have versus what you need, then you can stop learning randomly, right? As I said in my previous example, because if you don't have a purpose and a direction, then you will just go everywhere. So it is important that you have to start learning strategically, have a plan, and then go towards it, because that's where your real success lies. That's where your real satisfaction lies. Okay. Okay. So let's go through an example here. So I have mentioned the skills audit for the role of cloud engineer. So here we have three sections. One is skills category, then we have skills I have and the skills I need. So this is the skills category that I have defined for the cloud engineer. So it is about technical skills, programming skills, networking, automation, and of course your soft skills as well. So you have to identify in this skill category for the role of cloud engineer, what are the skills I already have? And what are the skills that I need to develop? So make sure you have, the clear understanding of each of this, and then make a note of it. So we are going to do a quick activity now. So this is basically to map your current skills with and compare them with the role, whatever you're gonna target. So yes, if you have your pen and paper handy or the digital device handy, please go ahead and make three categories: skill category, skills I have, and skills I need to develop. And then I would want you to, if you have your target role already defined, what is that you want to do, or because most of our audience are you're starting from, career break. So you have to kind of really understand what the market is in order to get easily, for example, AI is trending at the moment. It is important that you also have to research and do your analysis on the market. Like what is the current role which is in the market, and does that excite me? Is that something that I really want to do? But not only with the technology, but the same so many other roles or so many other uh, you know uh, opportunities that you can see. That is how I want you to identify, reflect on the top three, 2 to 3 skills that are required for whatever you want to do, whatever role you want to acquire or aim for. And then I would want you to identify the skills. For example, if you don't know what is the skill required, just as I said, LinkedIn Career Explorer is a tool that you can identify and know what are the skills required for that role. Go and identify it and then see, okay, this is something I already know, and then what are the skills I need to develop? So I would want you to make a note of it. I hope everybody is clear with this activity. What has to be done? Right. Okay. So let's give around 5 minutes of time again for this activity and see how we go with it. Yes, Suganya, do you want to start the timer now?
Yeah, we can start and we can resume by 52, 5:50.
Sure.
So meanwhile, we have a question from Liksha. So how is this different from the strength and weakness we jotted down? So she is asking the difference between the SWOT analysis and this. What is the difference between the SWOT analysis and this? Offer, are you there?
I think her screen is frozen.
Yeah. So your the SWOT analysis is different. It's like a strength and weakness, and it doesn't capture your skills, right? Your skills, like professional skills, which will help you to land the job. But whereas this, right, this is the skills for the roles which you are looking for. For each role, you require a different kind of skill set, right? So this is different from the SWOT analysis. So if you want to refer, you can refer to the picture which I have shared in the chat. So that is for the cloud engineer specific role. Similarly, if you have any other role in mind, right? So you can you can have the skill categorized and Like you can write down the skills you have currently and the skills you need to develop for the particular goal. So refer to the picture which I have shared. Also, I have shared a different picture, which is the target roles, like entire role categories for which the strengths and the key skills will be. So you can pick the skills from there and you can see whether you have the skills mentioned in that particular skill set. Okay. If you have any further, if you couldn't find the images, let me know. I will reshare it in the chat. Sahar has dropped out, so we'll wait till 5:52 for us to join. So meanwhile, you can work on the skill analysis.
Yes, Sahar has replied that she's joining.
Sabanas has shared a skill analysis. Good that you have pointed out the strengths. You can also include the other skills like soft skills and the troubleshooting problems or solving skills, which are also like important for the data analysis. Just joined. So Mega, we were having discussions on the personal SWOT analysis and the skill gap analysis. So you can refer to the YouTube or LinkedIn Live, which is going on. We will share the link for the same in the chat as well. So you can catch up on the session in the live.
Sorry, I got disconnected. I'm just back. Yeah, I would like to share it again.
So we are on time, sir. So
Oh,
it's
okay, great.
5:52.
All right.
Did she dropped out again?
Yeah, I think she dropped
I
off.
think so. I've shared
So
the link with
meanwhile,
her. She will join.
Parisha, can you post the link, live links in the chat for the people who join now?
Yeah, sure.
So we have Saroj Rani, skills I have for aspiring AWS. So your message is incomplete, Saroj. So what
I think
about
what
others? Or
she
you
means, Sukanya, is that Saroj means that she has skills for DevOps engineer and cloud engineer.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the LinkedIn link for this particular session. Whoever has joined late can go through it later to understand the parts where you have missed out on.
So what about others? Have you completed the skill analysis? Okay.
Kavita, please park your questions for now. We will come back to you. We are still waiting for Shahid, right?
So we have Shilpa also shared us. So people who are noting down digitally, make sure you also have it saved as a document or anyway for a future reference.
Is she back, Suganya? Are you seeing her? I'm not being able to see.
No. Okay, so anyone else have completed the analysis? So you can feel free to unmute and speak until the speaker joins. If you have any questions also, you can post it over there so that we will take it. So far, how you are liking the session with the analysis, SWOT analysis, and skill gap analysis were exciting for you? Do you think this is very important in your career journey, your transition journey? Okay. So I remember myself being a returnee, and Parisha can remember, I think. So we too made our SWOT analysis.
Yes.
Yeah, so we made our SWOT analysis in 2022. So we remember that. I think it's in November 2022. So we too were a women on career breaks. So we transitioned into different roles. So for example, I'm a network engineer. So currently I am a data analytics analyst as well as a project manager. So I too transitioned into a new role. So whatever Sahar has mentioned regarding the transferable skills, right? So it's really important, like how our skills, which we don't know, uh, will be useful in different way, and also the problem solving skills, which we handle every day as a mother or as a wife or an individual in day-to-day life, are really helpful in our career journey. Only when we face that situation, right, it kicks in and it will automatically make you to realize your intuition will work. And so only thing you need to restart or to transition is the confidence, right? If you have confidence, you can achieve anything, you can come back and you can transition smoothly. So don't give up on the journey. And as a community, for like return to work community, so we are curating the session specially for the return to work community. So if you could see, the last session was the mindset change session, which was very helpful for any women who are planning to come. So we have Sahar back.
So sorry, apologies from my end. There was a network issue. I got dropped off. I'm so sorry about that. So let's continue. Hope the activity was successful. And are we like, did you try to take any inputs, Suganya? Did you try to hear anything from?
Yeah, yeah. So many are posted in the chat as well. So
Mhm.
yeah, they have posted the skills which they have on chat as well. And we got few questions as well. Like we had a question like, what is the difference between the SWOT analysis and the skill gap analysis? So this was the
Sure.
question which I asked.
Sure. So I would want to take questions at the end, if that's fine,
Yeah.
because considering time, we have other things to do as well. So yes, thank you so much, everybody, for being patient enough till I came back, and then let's move on to what I would want to do next is talk about career mapping. This is about now you have mapped your skill gaps, right, through your skill audit, and then this becomes your foundation for your career roadmap. Now that you might be wondering, what do I do with this information in hand now? This is where your career mapping actually comes in. It's actually a structured process of planning your professional journey or your professional career. So look for the sweet spot where you have your passion, your skill, and your market demand overlap. So that's where your long-term satisfaction comes in, right? That's where you feel that growth is happening. So let me give you like one real world analogy is think of it like building a fitness plan for yourself. Like, for example, you have measured where you are, right? This is what I am into now. Pick up a target goal. This is where I want to go. For example, you want to develop yourself for a marathon, or you want to strengthen yourself just to for your fitness, for your own fitness level, whatever it is, what is your target goal is. Now you need a routine, right? You want a routine to get there. You want a step by step routine. So career mapping is that routine. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Now it's time to think and make a decision for yourself. Identify what are your genuine interest, what you really enjoy doing. This goes beyond job titles. It could be mentoring, it could be helping people, it could be just analyzing, problem solving, whatever it is. And then I would want you to identify your skills that you're really good at, right? For example, you could consider what transferable skills do I have, or you could just draw it from your skill audit, whatever you've just mentioned there. And finally, I would want you to identify what are the in-demand roles that align with both your interest as well as your skill. Okay. And next, this is also an activity that I would want you to do with your career mapping. So let's give another 5 minutes here to complete this activity, which is nothing but example. Also, I've shared here is I would, for example, if you want, help others, that is your interest, right? To learn and grow. And the skill, what you have is strong communication skills, and also you have past experience which you have gained through experiences mentoring staff. And current in-demand role for that is learning and development. So that is what you could identify. So yes, let's start the timer if everybody is ready to start the activity. And then, yeah, we'll see the next steps. I'm sorry, we are going a little bit ahead, but I hope it's okay with everybody if we are like 15 minutes ahead. I mean, past the actual time.
Can you just repeat
Sorry?
what they want to work on in the next 5 minutes?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that. Can you repeat it?
Can you just repeat like what they have to work on the next 5 minutes?
Yeah, they just have to identify interest, skill, and the in-demand role. That's the activity.
and Rita, like that. Others are also can feel free to put your words in chat box. Yeah, one more minute. Was that we can listen. Sahar, I hope we can resume. So we also got responses in chat.
Just wanted to check, is my sharing stopped?
Yeah, okay. 1 second. I hope you are.
Sorry, Sugani, you're on mute. Or
You can reshare your screen now.
I can't hear you.
Doyle, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you. I will tell Shahar that we can hear her.
Uh, Kindly ask her to reshare the screen.
Suganya, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Sahar. We could
Looks
see
like
your
there's
screen
some
for a couple
issue
of,
again.
but it went ahead.
Uh,
Do you
just
want us
one
to
minute.
share?
There's an issue. Okay. Hello?
I think she's having network issues.
Yeah,
Your
sir,
voice is breaking.
able to hear you properly.
Yeah, okay. I think, yeah, there's a power issue which is just causing. Yes, can you hear me fine now?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Cool. Okay, so hopefully we have done with the activity.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. Share. All right, so we are done with the activity, right? Okay, let's move on to what we're going to talk next is your career roadmap. Yes. So when I talk about career roadmap, it is important to identify your goals. And also, like, it is important to define your short-term and long-term goals. And it's important to have your SMART goals, right? And then plan for skill development. So identify whatever the learning resources are available in order to reach your goal. And then it is about engaging with your network, seek mentors and build personal, professional relationships with them. And then it's important that you also review and adjust regularly, like tracking progress and updating your roadmap whenever required. Okay, so here is a career roadmap template, which is very easy to fill in. So firstly, you have to identify is your target role, whatever is the job that you want to get into, and then the skills to develop. So as we have done, skill audit, I would want you to identify the, 2 to 3 skills from that and mention it here. And then learning plan is about, what is that, courses or mentorship or shadowing, whatever it is that you want to do in order to achieve that goal. And it is important to have the timeline as well. For example, in the first month, your goal is to do a complete a course. And in the second month, like 1 to 3 months, your goal is to, polish your resume and then start looking for opportunities, something like that. And then action triggers is a plan B. For example, if whatever you have planned so far is not working out, then what is that something I have to change? What is that something I need to revisit or plan accordingly in order to get to where I want to, right? So this is kind of a career roadmap template, which I would want you to uh, have. And for just, an example purpose, I've just mentioned for better clarity and understanding, an example here, which is your customer support associative uh, role. So your target role is this, and the skills you have to develop is having effective communication, and these are the tools that you need to have. Active listening, empathy, these are again another one. And then your learning plan is again, see free online customer service course. And then you also have to join some LinkedIn support communities and practice mock calls or emails. And then your timeline, what you have to set in order to achieve customer support associative role is 0 to 1 month. In 1 month, you will complete that course. And then 1 to 3, you will practice and update your resume and then apply for internships. Something similar to that, right? And then, as I said, action triggers is like if you don't feel confidence enough after the course, then repeat the step or you try to take advice from your mentors or something like that. All right, so I know it's too much time for the activities, but it's important to understand where you are now and where you want to go. And it's also important to have your career roadmap with you. So that's the reason we are having so many activities. So this is the final one to finally have a career roadmap in your hands. And from there, you can just polish it, revisit it whenever you want to. Okay, so all right. So yes, if you would like to go ahead and update your target role, let's give yeah, a couple of minutes here. And otherwise, if you just want to make a note of it, just like make a note of this template. This is the target role I want to identify or skills that I need to develop or whatever the learning resource. Just have a template of it so that you can do it whenever you find some time and whenever you have to, maybe you need some more time to think and reflect on other things which you have not done in your previous activities. Just take some time and then do it whenever you have time. Okay. Okay, so the next steps would be that I would want you to save your roadmap because this will become your foundation in order to have a career growth, in order to have a clarity in your career and do whatever, reach your next goal. And then it's important to revisit it. I don't just want you to write it and then leave it without any action and then doing nothing. Revisit it every 3 months to analyze what did I do? What all things I have completed? Am I reaching towards my goal? Things like that. And then, of course, you have to explore learning platform because learning should be continuous for growth. Without learning, you will just be wherever you are. So improve yourself, learn, build a knowledge base for yourself, and then just keep moving, keep progressing. All right. So we have finally reached to the end of our session. So I really want to thank you all for completing your activities and, you know, doing whatever you could in order to find your final career roadmap. So thank you, everyone. And I'm happy to take up the questions now. If you could, Suganya, if you could share the questions to me, I would be happy to, answer them.
Sure. So before that, I want to request you, when sharing the activity 3, right? So your screen is not shared. So can you just show this activity 3 template?
Sorry, I was on now.
Yeah.
Activity templates. Okay,
The
just one
activity
minute.
3 templates, can you share it 1 second, because we didn't see your screen at the time. So they can
Sure.
take the screenshot and we can resume to the questions.
All right. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, just one moment. Let me go back. Okay, this one?
No, activity 3. Yeah, this one.
Okay.
And the next page.
Yeah, is that all right?
Yeah, and the next page as well. Okay. Thanks, sir.
All right. So I'll just stop sharing now and I will open up room for questions.
So we have a question from Nurgata. So would you say age and career breaks are a threat? How does one overcome such bias when the resume doesn't go ahead in the initial screening itself?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat that or I'll just have a look at that?
Stay in the chat.
Will
I will
you
share it
say,
with you.
okay, can you just repost it on the chat?
Yeah,
Yes.
I have reposted.
Because okay, so would you say age and career breaks are a threat? How does one overcome such bias when the resume doesn't go ahead in the initial screening itself? Look, I would not say that it is a threat because when you are prepared, when you have upskilled yourself because skill matters, right? Wherever you go, skill matters. It doesn't matter like what age you are or what background you come from or what gender you are. Nowadays, it has become, so important for each and every corporate to be very cautious about these things. They're giving, inclusion, diversity, equity trainings to people. So it's very much, not likely that you will be not getting that screening call or you will not even just get that initial call because of your, age or because of your gender or whatever it is. So I wouldn't say that it will stop you from applying, but I would want you to apply after preparing. Just don't get rejected and don't get disheartened without preparing. It's important to identify and it's important to prepare and then go for it. So I think that's important. That's key. So there's no bias as such at the moment happening within the corporates. So I don't think that will make you just not getting the job. Yeah. So are these the questions which Doyle, which you have shared? Skills I have in banking industry.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going through it.
Shared earlier.
So skills I have in banking. Sure, thanks, Doyle. So skills I have in banking industry as trade finance, customer service. Skills I need more certifications. Okay, more certifications.
I think she meant, does she need more certification?
Okay, no, I think she has shared what are the skills she has and skills she need to develop. So yes, you have identified like basically you know what is the target role or you want to get into, right? What is the career path you want to take? If you know this and this is what you are like more that you have to do certification, you have to do CDC certification, and you have to improve your communication, then you're on the right path. You know what is the skill gap that you have to cover in order to reach where you want to, right? So that's good. So yes, what is the other question? Okay, do we have any more questions? Because I'm just looking at the last part.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, right, feel free to unmute and ask the question. So if you have any question regarding the cloud engineering, as Sahar is also from the same domain, you can open up and can ask your questions.
Yeah, absolutely. So as of transition, I'd really like whoever has posted this question, can they come up and ask? Like I didn't understand it much. So as of transition, HR asked about experience. Do you have experience in that domain? What to do? See, I mean, for example, as I said before, you have to be prepared. You can't just go for an interview without having any skill. What if, for example, your role demands having technical skills of coding, and you don't know anything about it, and you have appeared for the interview. What do you say? Like, do you have experience in that domain? You would definitely say, I had a career break, but I have a passion towards it. Be genuine. I don't want you to lie or tell I have this experience, but tell them what are the projects. See, for example, you might have done some courses, you might have done some projects. Maybe use those experiences. You have helped somebody to get the work done using, maybe I'm good at coding. So how will you demonstrate that? Like, this is what I have done. This is the work I have automated. And through this, the problem was solved. So whenever you're explaining anything, remember to, share it in like a story way. The best way I could say is a star method, which is like, tell the situation, tell the task what you had, and then what is the action that you have taken, and out of the finally the result, what is the result which you have achieved. Or it could be like PAR method as well, which is problem action result. So use that method in order to demonstrate. So I would not say don't tell that you don't have experience. Say what all you have done. It's despite you don't have experience, what all you have done as part of your learning. That actually will help you, that great stories, that great examples will help you to get there. Doesn't matter you have experience or not, because nowadays every corporate is looking for whether this person is, they have good skills, whether they can learn, whether they can adapt, or what is that they have done, what is that they have done in their previous option. Whatever it is not like technically this is what I have done. They're seeing your soft skills, interpersonal skills as well. How did you behave in particular situation? So that matters. Yeah. Hope that has answered your question, Kavita. And let's see, I have an AWS Solution Architect certification, but how do I go about doing small projects so I can add them? Sorry, so I can add my okay, let me see, read it again. How can I go about doing small projects so I can add them in my resume or any sites from where I can practice and do it every day? Okay. So is that your aim to become a solution architect? Is that what it is? Okay. If I have understood you correctly, you have already done a solution architect certification because you want to be a solution architect, right? And you don't have prior experience to it. Yes, as you have already said that you can add up small little projects and add up to your resume in order to showcase whatever you have done. Now, as I said, you can use different multiple, learning resources, whatever are available. You could utilize LinkedIn, you could use different courses, wherever you feel you could, get benefit of it. But it's also important to reach out to people in your network who are already solution architects, because that will actually, I'm not a solution architect. I cannot actually give you the exact right steps, what you need to do to get there. But there are people with the same role who can actually guide you, who can actually tell you this is what you have to do next, or this is the job description. You can utilize learning, LinkedIn learning explorer, and then those are the things that you can actually start doing, reaching out to people, utilizing the already existing LinkedIn career option, and then just exploring, reaching out to people, and then working on what exactly the skills I need to acquire in order to get there. So as I've mentioned in the skills audit, that you already have this particular skill, which is great, which is you already have a certification. And then the skills, what you have to develop. Look at the skills, what are required for that job role, and then find the gaps, and then just continue to have a career roadmap plan accordingly, have a timeline, have a deadline set, and then just revisit it in order to correct it if there are any changes. So hope that helps. Okay, so yes, I think that's the one. Okay, my keen interest for volunteering has evolved a lot during high school and college. Please advise me how to take it forward as college is over. Okay, right. So volunteering is a great thing that you would love to do. And but is it something that you would want to continue as a full-time thing, or is it something that uh, you want to do as just a side hustle kind of a thing, right? Is it something I just want to understand, like on what context are you talking about that you want to continue? Uh, so do you want to unmute yourself and give me some insights related to that?
She have commented as extra, like a side us.
Okay. So yes, of course. See, if it is something, if you're volunteering for something which is very exciting, which is your passion, which is your interest, then definitely do it. Definitely go for it, because at the end of the day, you don't want to just do your job and just 9 to 5 and then come back home and do nothing, right? If your volunteering experience adds up, if it is something that is improving your skills, whatever you want to do in your future, and if it is giving you that, you know uh, uh, that love, if you really love to do it, if it is something that you really enjoy, that's what I was looking for. If you really enjoy doing it, then go for it. I would not say stop volunteering or just focus on something that will be additional thing. Whenever you try to take up roles or something, you can just add up, because that is something which is polishing your skills, or this is something that you enjoy doing. Not even focusing on just it is polishing my skills, let me do it. But if you enjoy doing it, just go for it. That is what I would advise. So does AFH have opportunities of mentoring so that experienced candidates can mentor and show an active resume? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's
So
not
we have
for.
answered that. Actually.
Okay, cool. What is the other question?
So we don't have more
Okay,
questions.
sorry. How to evolve that skill as after college. Okay, hope I have answered your question, Megha.
So with the interest of time, I hope we can launch
Hello.
our final. Meha.
Yeah, Megha. Actually, like, ma'am, I couldn't get your name, so I cannot address it because of that. So I wanted to
So sorry, I
mention.
didn't even know that, my name was like it's Sheher Banu. So I didn't even
Yes.
realize that, I was just registering. I just mentioned it there. I was just testing it yesterday and just it popped up and then I had to go with that. So I'm
Alright.
sorry. You can call me Banu. Yeah.
No, no problem. Actually, my query was like during school, high school, and college, we got a lot of opportunities to volunteer and then increase our efficiency. So basically, it's now after college we don't have any opportunities to explore it and then go along with the flow. So how to inculcate those qualities again back to life, and like get going with volunteering, and like what are the alternatives for it if in the daily life, and how to like get going with it. That's my query.
Sure. So you were volunteering during your college days and you want to understand, like that has stopped after the college, right? And you want to know what is
Yeah.
that, how do you continue doing that? So, like simple,
Okay.
explore, look for opportunities. If you want to, continue volunteering for the similar thing, whatever you've been doing, look for things related to that. You could explore and identify, whether there are opportunities outside your college that could actually give you an opportunity to uh, continue doing that. Otherwise, if you want something new, just go and explore. So is that what you want to know? Or is that like how do I explore is your question?
Like, how do I explore those qualities with me with other activities that are available at the daily life, like for example, this book reading is a like I do it regularly, so it makes me more like more receptive to people, and then it makes me a good person
Sure,
altogether.
absolutely, absolutely. That's a great skill to have. So yes, like I don't know the context of like what volunteering work you used to do, but if I have to tell you, like as you have given me an example
And
that
so
book
I
reading
did
is something that you want
mention.
to do.
Yeah, I could mention you. Like in high school, I was into Rotaract Club. So there, from there, I used to be sent to a lot of places, schools and colleges, for various events and various functions and all. And in college, we used to. I'm from a technical background. I'm from engineering. So
Sure.
yeah, so I got a lot of opportunities in the technical fest. So there I used to volunteer every year. For 4 years, I used to volunteer continuously. And then in the informals also, I somehow managed to attend the events, but never do the HR part. So that was like somewhere hurting me. But yes, I can ask you like how to evolve my skills. If you can, if it's more clear to you than about my interests, then you can go ahead.
So basically, you have organized events within your like, is that what was the volunteering activity that you have done?
No, no, I've not organized. I've just like looked after. I've just mentored and I've just like taken care of. That's all.
All right. Okay. Okay. So look, see, what is the skill you have identified like through that, right? That is what I want you to
Um,
identify. That's something which you enjoy doing.
yeah, that is like volunteering only. Like that's for
Yeah, but
volunteering.
what I'm saying, volunteering what? Like volunteering itself is like helping people, right? It's kind of, uh, I won't want to volunteer. Whatever you give me, I'm there
Mm-hmm.
to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is? So that's kind of a skill. So look
Yeah.
for like different options. For example, you said that book reading. So you could find a book club where people meet up and discuss ideas, share ideas, and other things, right? You could also look for the lot of tons of volunteering opportunities that you could look for. It's not like college is over, opportunities are done. No, if you want to volunteer, just go and find out. There will be a lot of people who would want people who volunteer and do work for them. So I think that's not something that will will just end with your college. I just want you to
Yes.
explore, look out, search, and see. You have your AI at the moment. You can ask ChatGPT. It'll give you so many options that you could explore. What do I do like in volunteering? What are the other options? What are the companies who is asking for volunteering and all that? Like it'll give you a lot of information there. So I really want you to use those technologies, use those tools in order to help you get better direction.
Yeah, I'm already into a book reading club here
Hope
in
that
my
helps,
place.
Megha.
Yeah.
So, with the
Thank you.
interest
Sure,
of
that's
time,
great. That's great.
yeah, thank you, Sahar, for
Yeah, yeah.
taking everyone's question and answering. And it was a really insightful session in spite of all the technical difficulties we had. And you have shared us the 4 activity templates, which will be useful for our entire lifespan. Like even if you are rejoining the workforce or transitioning it into a leadership, or we are switching to as an entrepreneur, it is like it's a useful template for everyone in the life. So thank you so much for the wonderful
Sure, absolutely.
session, and thank you for taking the time and engaging with all the participants. And also I want to thank all the participants who stayed patiently and was taking part of all the activities and sharing their insights in the session. So thank you everyone. Have a wonderful weekend ahead.
Thank you so much, Suganya. It was a pleasure to be part of this session and wish you all the very best. And yes,
Yeah.
thanks again.
So we have shared all the useful links in the group in the session. So you can be part of our mentorship program. Sahar is also one of our mentor in the KPT session. So you can register yourself as a mentee and you can take the session. Thank you, everyone. We can close the session.
Absolutely. All right. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you,